Hello everybody, it's Yashar here, back again with another video to help you experience something new today. In this video, I will quickly review ArcSlinger, which released recently on Oculus Store for Oculus Go. ArcSlinger is a first-person shooter game with a good potential. The artwork, gun mechanics, and voice acting seems interesting. You are stationary whole of the game and waves of enemies come to you from different angles. The game tries so hard to show there is variety in the gameplay, and that's exactly the problem here. Yes, there are different type of enemies, there are some different levels and some little bosses, and as you progress through the game, you can earn some new abilities and improve your gun. However, the gameplay is super repetitive. You are standing at one point, shoot the enemies, and after that, after you kill all of your enemies, you win a round. In between the rounds, you can hear some jokes that try so hard to change the mood, but unfortunately it's not enough. The game even tries to introduce a storyline and be big boss to further encourage players to keep playing, but even the big boss is not something really special. The storyline is bad and shallow, and on top of that, the gameplay is not smooth. It can be choppy, especially when you turn your head left and right and look around. The motion controller support is here and it works okay. Graphics and artworks are definitely good and voice actings are actually good for the most part of the gameplay. However, as I mentioned before, there are a lot of things that I don't like about this game. The main thing I don't like about ArcSlinger is the gameplay itself. As I mentioned, it's repetitive and honestly boring. You should do the same thing over and over and over. The objective in all of the levels is almost the same. Kill all of the enemies. Next thing I don't like about ArcSlinger is the fact that there is no reloading mechanism. If you compare this game with Dead and Buried or even Dropped It, the first thing you will notice is lack of appropriate reloading mechanism. Reloading is done automatically in this game, which I don't like it at all. Next, choppiness. As I mentioned, the gameplay is not smooth. It really kills the joy and immersion. Developers should definitely fix these issues as soon as possible. Next, stationary approach. You can't move around freely and it's not even on rail shooter. You just fixed at one point and enemies come to you from different angles, which I don't like it at all. Next, storyline and jokes. I appreciate the story, but it's shallow and again repetitive and generic. There is a bad guy in the town and you are the hero who should kill all of the bad guys and bring the peace back. We heard this story millions of times in different games and movies. Furthermore, the jokes are not funny for the most part. Finally, price tag. The game costs you around $9 Canadian, which is absolutely too much. The game should be maximum something like $4 Canadian. It definitely doesn't worth the money. My final verdict for ArcSlinger is unfortunately a 3 out of 10. It has a fun environment and a good potential, but unfortunately the execution is not great here. The main problem is the repetitive and generic gameplay and story. If developers decide to fix choppiness and bring down the price tag, then I would like to increase the game score, but until that time, I see you guys in the next review. Farewell.